and welcome to another video. It is me, Desiree, and today I just felt like chatting. I thought, let's do an old chatty get ready with me video. I have some makeup I'm going to be using. I'm still loving this Profusion palette a lot, so I'm going to try out this, or I'm going to use this again. And then I bought this yesterday, the Maybelline Superstay Skin Tint. I found it at work or at Walgreens, and I was super excited to see it in real life. So I picked out a shade. We'll see if it works. And I've been really loving the Neutrogena Serum Foundation, so this has a long way to go to beat this out for me. But yeah, I thought I would just put on some makeup, chat, and I kind of wanted to talk about like TV that I'm loving, movies I've watched recently that I loved, music that I'm loving, food, kind of whatever. I just felt like chatting, okay? So far, this palette has not given me any fallout, which is crazy, but I've been in a habit of doing my eyes first, so I already did put on primer. But if you haven't seen this or you missed my video, this is the Profusion Mainstage Palette. I found this at Walmart, and it's so good. I am loving it a lot. I did already have this for a few days before I finally edited and put up the video, so I was already using it for a few days, or I've had it for a few days longer than the video would lead you to believe. So I've almost used every shade in the palette. I haven't used the two gradient shades. Oh my god, what am I doing? Like this one and that purple one there. And I haven't used any of those jelly glitter ones. But I kind of want to use one of those glitters. I just think they look kind of cool. I swatched them and they look really nice. And they do kind of dry down, so it doesn't seem like it's going to be something that creases. But I don't think I'm going to put them all over. You know what I'm thinking about? Okay. Any of you guys out there watch Soothing Sista, Stephanie? She has a video where she does, it's an old video where she's reviewing lemon head glitters, and she does this glitter like all on the inside right here, and it looks so cool. Watch, I'm gonna put the picture up here on the screen. I'm gonna look it up real quick.
And I think about that all the time because I'm like, I don't know, it just looks so cool and I want to do it. Let me see, Stephanie Via Lemon Head. I put lemonade.
I mean, look at that. It looks beautiful. And then she has like the orange with the blue. You know what? I'm going to try to recreate this whole look that she has. I mean, look at that thumbnail. It's beautiful. I think I could recreate this look with this palette, actually. The orange on the top, the blue in the lower lash line, and then some glitter just like everywhere. Let's do it. Why not? What else am I doing today? I also just washed all my brushes. I don't know what it is. There's something about having a bunch of brushes. Let me show you how I have them stored. So I keep them all in this thing here. This is actually from Zara Beauty, and it was a collaboration with Coffee Break with Danny from years ago. And I bought it and I love it. I've been using it ever since for brushes. And there's something about having all of these brushes. Like, I feel like there's always another clean one, so I never have to like wash them as often. But they were looking grody yesterday. Like yesterday I was using the powder brush and I was like, ugh, am I still using this powder brush? Anyway, I'm gonna grab for the, I mean, this isn't gonna be identical to the look she has, but we'll do our best. I'm actually gonna go for this one here called Fanny Pack on the lid, and then maybe one of these blue ones here on the lower lash line, and then we'll pick out one of these really cool glitters here to use on the inner part of the eye. I love that look. It's so cool. Okay, and I already have eye primer on also. And the shade Fanny Pack is one, I think I wore this yesterday, and I really, really liked it. Okay, let's talk about some TV and some movies I've been loving. So when it comes to TV, movies, anything like that, I like to watch what I've already seen. I like to watch the same thing over and over. I can watch Home Alone. I can watch Home Alone every day. There are times when I have literally been off of work and I put it on in the background and I'll just keep repeating it. It's over, rewind it. It's over, put it on again. And I could do that with so many movies. And I do the same thing with TV shows. I think with TV shows it's worse. With movies, I could watch new movies all day. But with Gotta go answer the door like this. It was the neighbor. She brought by some jalapenos that she grew in her garden. That is so nice. We've been trying to grow some vegetables. I mean, they're growing, but we haven't had anything to harvest yet. But last year we had these tomatoes. It was the variety called Arkansas Traveler. I have never tasted a tomato more delicious in my entire life. And this plant was humongous. I mean, it was a monster plant. It never stopped producing. Like, it was an amazing plant. And the tomatoes, literally, you could pick it off of that and just eat it like you were eating an apple or something. They were so good. They weren't too like acidic. They were sweet, but still like tomato-y. They had this nice like pinky orange skin, and the skin was edible. You know, sometimes when you eat a tomato, you have to like peel out like pieces of tomato skin. It was, oh, they were so good. And my boyfriend planted 2 of those this year, but they're still little babies, you know. But we still got time. We still got time. Okay, what the heck was I talking about? Movies and TV shows. So when it comes to TV shows, I like to watch the same thing. I like to watch the same show over and over and over. I like knowing all the words. I like knowing the characters. I like knowing all the jokes. I like using lines from the show in my everyday vernacular. Like, I like watching the same thing over and over. But I think a lot of us do, just like, it's just a comfort thing. But I did recently, so there were a few new shows that I got into. We started watching The Handmaid's Tale, and it became kind of like too depressing. Like, it's just such a dark show. Not only is the, like, what's happening in the show, it's dark subject matter. It's dark. Like, it's not a bright colored show. It's just so dim and dingy and dark. And it became just like too much to watch it every day. So I stopped watching it probably a year ago at this point. And then I did the same thing with the show The Rookie. Well, actually, no, we didn't stop watching The Rookie. I love that show, by the way. It's so good. But it was on TV when we were watching it, and the season finale happened. And then, you know, the whole summer is going to go without the show being on, and it's going to come back in the fall. Completely forgot to get back into it. But every time we log into Hulu, it's right there, a big old square that says The Rookie. And I keep remembering, oh crap, I gotta start watching The Rookie again. But I keep forgetting. But a few new shows that I did get into and that I absolutely loved were Letterkenny. I don't know if any of you guys have watched Letterkenny, please let me know. It started out, I want to say, as a YouTube show, I think. And then it got picked up by somebody, and then now it's on Hulu, and it's so freaking funny. It's a very specific type of humor. It's about this group of friends. Like, some of them are related and some of them are just like friends, but they live in a really small town called Letterkenny in Canada, but they're also like country, like out in the back country Canadians. And it's so funny. It's just about like their dynamic, and they live in a really small town, and it's really funny, but it's a very specific type of humor. Like, I think people that like the show love the show, and people that don't like the show hate it. Like, I don't think there's any in between where you're like, oh, that's kind of funny. I think it's hilarious. I love all the characters, love the show so much. And they did put out 2 episodes. They put out an episode for International Women's Day, and they put out an episode just recently for Memorial Day, I think. Like, just randomly it popped up on Hulu. They just did an episode, and it was really fun to see that. But I love that show so much, but they don't have a new season out yet, but I cannot wait. I'm just gonna put some of this color all over the lid as well, because I kind of want to keep the shadows matte except for the glitter. I love this color. I think it's super pretty. It's like orange, but a little more on the coral side. It's really nice. So I'm gonna leave it here on the eyes for now because I got other things to do, but we'll come back to it. But I wanna use now the Maybelline Superstay Skin Tint. I did get the shade 118. It says it's a skin tint with vitamin C derivative. I don't know if I like that, vitamin C being in there, because as far as I know, when you use vitamin C, you really should use sunscreen. Like, I already have sunscreen on my skin. If I'm putting this that has vitamin C on top of that, do I need to put sunscreen on top of that? Does that make any sense? I think that's kind of weird. Anyway, it says up to 24 hours. Buildable skin-like coverage, weightless feel, natural radiant finish, resists sweat, water, and transfer. Up to 24-hour wear. I think that's weird that they put up to, because you could put up to whatever. It could be up to a month. Up to 1 month of wear. Like, they could have been up to infinity. Up to 24 hours. They could have just said like 8-hour wear, anything like that. I'm just going to use the dropper thing to put it on. And the dropper does seem to actually work. This has a strong alcohol smell. It's, you know what, it smells exactly like the L'Oreal Infallible Fresh Wear Foundation. Ooh, I think I picked a pretty good shade. I had seen this on Ulta's website, but the shades only have numbers. It doesn't say like cool or nude or anything like that. Because I normally go for things that say light neutral. That's usually a shade that's pretty good for me, but these don't have those at all, so it was really hard to see what shade to go for online, and I was really excited to see it in person yesterday. You know, this looks kind of awesome. This looks really, really nice. It has a lovely satin finish to it. It's blending very nice also. And I think I picked a pretty good shade. Let me look a little closer at this. You know what? This kind of looks awesome. This looks lovely. It looks really good. I'm very excited to continue using this. So how does it compare to the Neutrogena, you say? Or you ask? Nobody asked. I'm going to tell you anyway. This one, I mean, obviously this is the first time I've ever used it, but this definitely has some coverage to it, some nice pigmentation. This is very sheer and almost just like serum that has a tiny bit of pigment in it. This is very glowy and wet looking on the skin, very sheer to light coverage. This looks like you could easily get straight up medium coverage with it if you built it up. This looks really nice. I'm really excited about this, but of course, first impression, we'll have to see how it wears throughout the day. So some other shows, some other new shows that I did get into. There's this other show called freaking Lint. I feel like if I built this up, I probably wouldn't even need concealer. Like, I really don't even think I need concealer on the rest of my face. But it's a habit, so I'm gonna put it anyway. Another new show that is really, really good. It's not a brand new show, but I want to say it's new-ish, and it's called The Boys. I'm sure some of you guys are out there watching it. It's incredible. I think it's an Amazon show. Amazon Prime. It's so good. All of the characters are really, really good. And every time the show is off, I do the same thing with The Boys and with Letterkenny. I always tell my boyfriend I miss our friends. I miss our Letterkenny friends. And the other day they actually had The Boys was a question on Jeopardy, and none of them got it. Me and my boyfriend knew it at home. And I was like, oh, remember our friends from The Boys? I cannot wait till they have a new season. The thing I don't love about streaming shows though is that they release the entire season in one day. So you could watch the whole thing in the weekend, and then you gotta go the whole rest of the year without having that show to watch. So I do like streaming shows that release only one episode a week, just like they would as if they were on TV. I really like that. Because as fun as it is to be like, to get that instant thing where like, I gotta see what happens, there's something about just sitting with it and wondering for the whole week what's gonna happen, and then you see the episode and you see what happens. There's something really nice about that, and I like streaming shows that do put out episodes like that. And another show, this is not a new show by any means. It's probably been on for 20 years. It's Law and Order SVU. Where has this show been my whole life? I have never seen Law and Order SVU before. Like I feel like I've probably seen Law and Order like throughout my life, but I couldn't tell you any of the characters. I know the one guy that's in Law and Order, like I'm guessing he's the main guy. I know him as an actor, like I could recognize him and know that he's from the show, but I've never seen it. But a few months ago, or a couple months ago, it was just the weekend and my boyfriend was watching Law and Order in the middle of the day, and I went into the living room and I sat there and watched it because it was on, and I was hooked. We watched it the whole rest of the day, and I want to watch it every single day. I think we watched it pretty much every single day since then. Lately we have been watching it because we're watching other things and watching movies and stuff, but I want to watch it every single day. I love it. I love the characters. There is not enough iced tea in the show, and there's not enough munch in the show. Like, I want them to have more storylines, and every single time they're on camera, I'm like, we need more of them in this show. Because it definitely is like the Benson and Stabler show, like it's their show. But I wish the supporting cast had a lot more in the episodes because they're all so good. I love that show so much. And there's so many twists and turns. I always think like I know who did it. Oh, that's the guy. That's the one who did it. And then it turns out to be totally wrong. There are some you can tell, like I could have wrote that episode because they do have a formula after a while. But love the show, love the characters. I want to go back and start from the beginning and watch it all over again. I'm going to put on a little bit of powder. I say a little, but I like to use a lot. I don't know what it is about loose powder. It has like a hold on me, and I love just putting a lot of it all over my face. And this is the Becca Hydra Mist Set Refresh Powder. Always just trying to remember the name. I just got a message from Sephora. I love these messages that Sephora sends because the second you add something to your cart and then you leave the website, within 30 seconds they send you an email going, let's make it official. And in this one it said, you've got great taste. Make it official. So every time you leave something in the basket, they remind you immediately that you did not buy it. I don't feel like this foundation needed powder at all, really. I'm used to the Neutrogena one because this one's really, really juicy. But I don't think that one really needed it. And you know what? I think it looks really nice too. Some movies I have been watching lately. And same thing with TV shows. Watching a new movie is like a whole thing, especially at home. At home, I'm never really into watching a new movie, but at the movies, I love watching, obviously, a new movie. I love going to the movies. Definitely don't go enough or as much as I used to. When I worked graveyards, I was working 10 p.m. to 7 p.m. or 7 a.m. I think, or was it 8 a.m.? I think I got off at 7. Anyway, when I worked graveyards, I got so used to that schedule. And I would stay awake till 1. And I would stay awake till 1 p.m. and then I'd go to sleep and I would wake up at 9 or 8:30 or whatever and get ready for work. But anyway, what I would do during the days, I would go to the movies in the middle of the week. I would go at 10 a.m. right when they open, and I would go watch whatever was available. And I had never went to the movies by myself before, but I got so used to it that I would go all the time. I only went during the day in the middle of the week at 10 a.m. though, and whatever was playing, the first showing of whatever, that's what I would go watch. And I haven't done that in a while. Lately I've been feeling like nostalgic for it for some reason, and I'm like, I'm gonna take a PTO day in the middle of the week and go watch a movie at 10 a.m. But we did recently watch 2 movies. We watched the Super Mario Brothers movie. Love it. If you're, oh my god, look, I'm even wearing a Mario Brothers shirt. Okay, if you love Nintendo or like the Mario Brothers in general, the movie, like I think they did a really great job making it a little bit of fan service and just a movie in general. Like if you love the series and love the games, the movie is for you. Like, you'll notice all these little things. Like, the whole time the movie was on, we both kept going, did you see that? Did you see that? Did you hear that? Did you notice that? Rewind it. And then Bowser was so freaking funny in that movie. And in the movie, he's like all in love with Peach, obviously, because he's always trying to capture her. But in the movie, he's like obsessed with her, and he writes like a song, he's playing piano, and it was making me laugh so hard. It was so funny. Really loved it a lot. I would watch it over and over and over. That's a movie I would love to put in the background and watch it again. I'm gonna use this Profusion, it's a Vibe, the blush palette. Really love this. I've been using it every day. I absolutely adore it. And I wore, I think, this eyeshadow yesterday with one of these blushes, and I think it was this middle one. But they are so pigmented. So like literally, that's it. That's all the blush I'm gonna put on. And you're gonna see how much and how far it's gonna go. So like one dab. Look how much I got from one dab. Like, it's almost too much. But I'm gonna try to blend it a little bit. And then we watched, oh, the other day we watched Evil Dead Rise. That movie was relentless. It would not stop. Like, there was no second to go, maybe they're gonna be okay. Maybe they're gonna make it out of there. It was relentless, like nonstop, gory. There were parts where I was like going like this. And I think that's so funny because I used to love gory movies, and I still like movies like that, but I have to, like, I can't look at some of it. I'm like, oh, like, it just makes my stomach turn, even though I know it's not real, and I'm like, oh, they're just special effects or practical effects. I still can't look at it. I don't know what it is. It's weird how your tastes change, you know, throughout your life. But that movie was really good. I would watch that again, but it was just non-stop. But that's what makes it good, because your heart's racing the whole time watching the movie. I feel like I needed a little more on this side, so I literally like got the bristles and was watching them touch the powder and just barely get any, because look how much I have on. Although I think it looks awesome. But if you've watched any movies lately, let me know what you're loving. Let me know what you're watching. I want to know, because I want to watch it too. But it takes me forever to get like into a new movie. But I really, what am I talking about? What am I talking about? Another movie that's standing out to me right now is Bullet Train. That was a really, really good movie too. And I love Aaron Taylor Johnson, so I was like, I'll watch anything he's in. But I really liked that movie a lot. Brad Pitt was really good in it. Everybody was really good in it. And I really enjoy a movie where the whole movie takes place in one setting. Like, pretty much the entire movie takes place on a train. But I think it's interesting because the writers and the directors and whoever have to make, like, they got to do a lot of work to keep it interesting. And another movie that I'm reminded of now that I'm saying that is Red Eye. I love that movie too. I also love Cillian Murphy. Watch anything he's in. But anyway, that movie takes pretty much the whole movie again takes place on an airplane to make an hour and a half, 2-hour movie interesting, even though it's all on an airplane. It's really cool. I really like that movie a lot. Okay, I'm using a lot of this blue because she has a lot of blue on the lower lash line. But I think I'm gonna put on some black liner as well, because anytime I have some color like this on the lower lash line, I mean, it looks weird and it makes my waterline look extra pink, and I do not like that. Maybe eyebrows will make it come together. And I finally got to repurchase the Kind and Free Rimmel brow pencil in the shade Espresso. Okay, let's talk about some music that I'm loving lately. And I'm in like a phase of not really getting into anything new. I'm just playing whatever's on my playlist on Slacker, and then that's kind of it. A YouTuber that I love is Kiki Chanel, and she loves Taylor Swift. And I don't know, I don't dislike Taylor Swift. I'm very neutral on Taylor Swift. Like, her songs come on the radio, I know them, but that's kind of as far as it goes. But I do really admire her. I admire what she's done with her career. I admire her integrity. I just really admire her a lot. So I thought, you know what? I'm gonna finally listen to her new album. And it's okay. It's the one called Midnights. It's okay. It's not every song is for me. I skip a lot of them. It's okay. I don't think it's the best in her discography by a mile. But there's a song on there called Lavender, Haze. I'm sure those of you out there that are Swifties, you already know this song. I can't stop listening to it. It's so freaking good. Yesterday when I went to lunch, when I was at work, the whole time I was driving to my destination and back, I played this song on repeat. I kept putting it on over and over and over. I'll link it in the description box if I can. I'm sure it's on YouTube somewhere. Is it a single? I don't even know if it's single, actually. I don't even know any of the songs that are singles on that album. But it sounds like one that would be a single. It's the first song on the album. And then something else so exciting. Okay, a band I have loved for so long is the Hives. I freaking love the Hives a lot. And they haven't done an album in 10 years. And I think it's so funny because me and my boyfriend have been together less than 10 years. So I don't think he's ever heard me mention the band because they haven't done anything for 10 years. So I haven't been like, they have a new album or they're on tour or anything like that, or they're performing on TV or something like that. So they came out with a new song. They have a new album coming out. They had a tour that sold out so fast. I wanted tickets. I couldn't get them. They were all gone so fast. A US tour. And anyway, I was all sad about that. And there's no tickets on resale either. No one's reselling their ticket, which is cool, but anyway. They have a new song called, what the heck is it called? Bogus Operandi? And then they have another one called Countdown to Shutdown that has one of the coolest sounding bass lines I've ever heard. I'll link all of those songs down below if you want to watch them. But I love them, love them. They have the same classic sound. Like, they've never really changed it up too much, which I really admire. And I'm very excited for them to be coming back around. And actually, during the pandemic, they did like a tour. Obviously, it was not, they weren't touring, but they did like a live streamed tour and they were selling tickets for it. I bought the ticket, I watched it, and they were doing like different time zones, but they didn't have one in the US, I don't think. So I bought one for Australia, and I think I had to watch it at like 1 in the morning, or it was something like that. I had to watch it really early in the morning. But I did, and I loved it so much. But they didn't, you don't get to save it like when you bought the ticket, so I couldn't re-watch it. But it was really cool that they did that. Okay, let's move on. I'm gonna try out this glitter now. The glitter she's using is very silver and like all in, there's some of the lower lash line in the inner like almost tear duct area, and then like up like right here on the lash line. There are 3 in here, and like the closest one to what she's wearing is this one with the little moons and stuff in it. Isn't that cool? Like, this kind of stuff, it looks cool, but it never, like, I never want to try it out because I just feel like it's gonna look yucky. There's a blue one called Strobe Lights. Oh my gosh, that one's called Silent Disco. That's pretty cool. This one, and then this one called Backstage. I feel like these are gonna dry out really quickly, so I'm going to try to get some use out of them. But I think I'm gonna use that white one called Silent Disco. I honestly don't even know how to put it on. It feels very loose in there, like it's already getting dry, honestly. Okay, I'm just gonna kind of wing it. Let's see. Well, it's there. It's chunky. It's there, and it's all over my lashes also. You know what? Looks kind of cool. Let me zoom in real quick. so you can kind of see what's happening a little bit. I'm just using this brush. This is the Instapop crease brush from Real Techniques, and it's kind of like angled and flat on one side, and I thought it would be perfect. I mean, I didn't pick this brush. I literally just picked out a clean brush, but I think it's perfect for putting this on. You know what? It looks kind of cool, but I think those big moon ones that are right there in the crease area, they might flake off. This glitter, this has a lot of green. I guess I didn't see that. In the pan, obviously it just looks white, but it has like a lot of green reflect, but it looks kind of cool against that kind of coral color I used. I'm glad I pulled up that picture because I genuinely didn't even know how I was going to use this glitter today. It's like falling everywhere. Okay, I gotta stop layering it there. I'm gonna try to get some that's not the big moon pieces that are super big. And I'm gonna go here. Yeah, she has it like all here. It looks really cool the way she has it. I don't think it's gonna look that way on me, but we shall see. By the powers of 3 times 3, let them see, let them see. Every time I say the phrase, we shall see, that's what I think of. Any craft fans out there? Anyway. And then she has it a little on the lower lash line. I don't know. I don't know about this. I don't know. I feel like this brush is too big and I may have made it look messy. Yeah, I'm gonna try to clean this part up here. I think I went too far down here. I feel like there's a whole bunch of moons right here and they're like so close to my eye, and I'm worried that they're gonna fall into my eye like really flat and I'm gonna have trouble getting out. Do you know what I mean? I mean, it looks cool, right? Let me put on some black liner. Black liner and mascara always kind of bring things together. Little setting spray. This is the Morphe, the Coconut Bliss Continuous Mist Setting Mist. What am I talking about? Continuous Setting Mist. I have a feeling by the end of the day, this glitter is gonna find its way all over my face. So I don't really have a lower lash mascara that I'm loving right now. Even the ones I thought worked really well, like the Tartelette Tubing Mascara, I finally bought that in a full size, and it doesn't work the same as the mini. Like, it transfers like crazy. And then I got the Clinique Bottom Lash Mascara. I showed this recently in an Ulta haul, and this flakes. It flakes like crazy. I'm gonna put it on though, because I'm still trying to use it, but it doesn't work. It's nice to put on lower lash mascara with this tiny little wand though, because it gets every lash, it coats them really well, but it flakes. And then I'm going to use the Sky High primer from Maybelline and the Can't Stop Won't Stop, no, that's not what it's called, Can't Stop Staring mascara from Give. Why did I call it Can't Stop Won't Stop? Oh, I think this is going to look so much better with mascara. Alright, mascara. Oh yeah, mascara definitely tied this whole look together. I think it came out really nice. I was very iffy there for a while, especially putting on the blue, but without the like waterline liner and the mascara, it just looked kind of weird. But I think it came out really nice. And the glitter, I can feel that it's drying, and I feel like there's one piece here that's stuck like in one of the folds of my eyes, and I could feel it in there. So I feel like it's gonna probably fall out throughout the day, but I think it came out quite nice. I'm glad I looked up that picture because I had no idea what I was gonna do today. I think it came out good. I might have to give those other glitters a try as well. That white one though, I mean, I gotta get to them before they dry out because they don't have anything covering them, but they're kind of cool. I'm definitely going to use those more. And that's it. That's all I have for you today. I just felt like getting ready and talking about things I've been watching and listening to. Let me know some TV shows, some movies, some music that you're loving. I would love to hear from you. Let me know your suggestions in a comment. But that is it. Thank you so much for watching this video. If you enjoyed it, don't forget to give it a thumbs up, subscribe so you don't miss my next one, and I will see you later in another video.